Before we embark on this enlightening journey, hit the subscribe button below and join our community dedicated to spiritual growth. Greetings, dear friends and fellow seekers of truth. Today we are on the precipice of an incredible adventure, a deep into the sacred realm of spiritual awakening. This is not a journey to be undertaken lightly, but rather one to be approached with reverence, an open heart, and an eagerness to grow in ways you may never have considered. The journey we are about to embark on is known as the 3 a.m. prayer challenge. You might be wondering why 3 in the morning. It is a valid question and one that deserves a considered answer. There is an inherent tranquility prevalent in the early hours of the morning, a silence that is almost palpable, one that allows us to truly connect with our innermost selves. In this tranquil silence, we can also establish a deeper connection with the divine, the presence that underlies everything in existence. It's during these serene moments in the stillness that cloaks the world that we can truly listen, truly hear, and truly experience the spirituality that lies within us and around us. The potential of these quiet moments is immeasurable, offering us a chance to look inward, to seek and find the divine within. Our mission here is not just to explore this concept, but to immerse ourselves in it, to come to deep understanding of its roots, its significance, and its potential impact on our lives. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge is more than just a commitment to waking up at an hour that may seem ungodly to some. It's not about reciting a few prayers and then going back to bed. No, it's about much more than that. It's about discipline, commitment, and an earnest desire to seek spiritual growth. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge is a 21-day journey, a dedicated period of 3 weeks where we will rise in the early hours, even before the world begins to stir. We dedicate this time to prayer, contemplation, and spiritual connection. Yes, it may seem daunting, but do remember, even the greatest journeys begin with a single step. This challenge is not just about building resilience or testing our dedication. It's about breaking through the noise, the distractions, the chaos of our daily lives, and finding a moment of stillness. It's about creating a sacred space in our day where we can truly connect with our faith. It's about creating a habit of prayer and devotion, a routine that brings us closer to our spiritual goals. It's not about the destination, but the journey. Together, we will traverse this path, encouraging each other, supporting one another, and drawing strength from our shared commitment. We hope to inspire, to enlighten, and to encourage one another in our shared pursuit of spiritual growth and understanding. We hope to foster a community where each person feels seen, heard, and valued, a community where each person's spiritual journey is celebrated and cherished. This journey will undoubtedly present challenges, but it is in overcoming these challenges that we grow, that we learn, and that we become closer to the divine. We will delve into the historical roots of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge, exploring its spiritual significance and uncovering the profound effect it can have on our lives. This journey we're embarking on goes beyond mere conceptual understanding. It's about experiencing spirituality, about living it, and about expressing it in our everyday lives. Through this 3 a.m. prayer challenge, we will not only spiritual growth, but also become ambassadors of peace, love, and harmony in the world. Stay with us to uncover the historical roots and spiritual significance of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge. Did you know the 3 a.m. prayer challenge has deep roots in Christian tradition? This intriguing practice, which might seem to some as a recent trend, is in actuality a time-honored ritual that has been a cornerstone of our faith for many centuries. Let's take a step back in history, traversing the winding timeline back the early and formative days of Christianity. In those ancient times, the darkness of the night was dissected into 4 distinct periods, known as watches. This was a common practice as per Roman and Jewish customs. The third watch, aptly named the cockcrow, fell during the dark hours straddling midnight and dawn. It was a time of serene calm, a brief period of tranquility when the world was enveloped in slumber and distractions were few and far between. In the Holy Bible, we find an abundance of references to this third watch, further amplifying its significance. In the Gospel, according to Mark chapter 13, verse 35, we find Jesus imparting wisdom to his disciples. He instructs them to remain vigilant as they are unaware of the hour when the master of the house will make his appearance. in the evening at midnight, when the crows, or in the morning. This passage is frequently interpreted as an encouragement to maintain spiritual alertness during these nighttime hours. The prominence of the third watch is also echoed in the Acts of the Apostles. In Acts 16:25, we are about Paul and Silas, who, in the desolation of their prison cell, were praying and singing hymns to God around the stroke of midnight. Suddenly, a violent earthquake of such magnitude occurred that it shook the prison's very foundations, causing all the doors to swing. This miraculous intervention led not only to their freedom, but also influenced the conversion of their jailer. These biblical teachings weren't lost on early Christians. They incorporated these lessons their daily practices, establishing the tradition of nighttime vigils, dedicating certain hours of the night to prayer and contemplation. The third watch was assigned as sacred, a designated time for seeking divine guidance, nurturing their relationship with God, and interceding on behalf of others. The Desert Fathers and Mothers, early Christian monks and nuns, who lived in the wilderness of the Middle East in the 4th and 5th centuries, demonstrated their faith through rigorous prayer schedules. They would awaken in the stillness of the night to pray, capitalizing on the silence and solitude to strengthen their connection with the divine. As time has flowed onward, the tradition has evolved and continued in the form of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge. It is an invitation to awaken our spiritual senses when the world around is steeped in sleep. It is a time to quiet our minds, listen to the whispers of God's voice, and diligently work towards deepening our relationship with Him. It is a challenge that urges us to step out of our comfort zones, to trade a few hours of sleep, and to dedicate that time to fervent prayer. In this ultra-modern age where distractions are a dime a dozen and time seems to always be in short supply, the 3 a.m. prayer challenge stands as a beacon, guiding us to reclaim those sacred, serene hours of the night. It isn't merely about configuring an alarm and nudging ourselves awake. It's about stirring our souls awake, enkindling our spirits, seeking a more profound connection with God. So the 3 a.m. prayer challenge isn't just a passing trend, it's a practice deeply rooted in our faith. It's a spiritual discipline that beckons us to venture deeper into the heart of God, to experience His divine presence in the quiet hours of the night, and to discover the transformative power of prayer in a whole new light. But why 3 a.m.? What makes this time so special? The answer to this question is deeply interwoven with the fabric of Christian tradition and spiritual belief. It is 3 a.m. which holds an intriguing, often identified as the witching hour. At first glance, the term may alarm you, conjuring up images of dark magic and broomsticks silhouetted against a moonlit sky. But the witching hour in the context of Christian spirituality has nothing to do with witches per se. Rather, it's all about the spiritual dimension of existence. The witching hour is believed to be a time when the veil separating the physical reality we live in and the spiritual realm is at its thinnest, according to Christian belief. This provides an opportunity for heightened spiritual awareness and activity. It's not just a superstition or folklore, but a belief that has its foundation deeply entrenched in the teachings of the Bible. The Gospel of Mark, a book in the New Testament, narrates how Jesus Christ, the Savior as per Christian belief, would rise early while the darkness of the night still hung heavy, to go to a solitary place and pray. This hour before the break of dawn is a time of quiet, a time of solitude, and a time when distractions are at their lowest. It's a perfect moment, deep spiritual communion with God. Jesus himself, through his actions, demonstrated how this hour could be utilized for spiritual practices. It is this belief that forms the basis of what we refer to as the 3 a.m. prayer challenge. But there's more to the significance of 3 a.m. than just this. The number 3 itself holds profound meaning in Christianity. It can be seen in the concept of the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit. It's a number that signifies completeness and perfection. So the act of praying at 3 a.m. isn't merely about the hour itself, but also about participating in this divine symbolism. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge is an invitation to us to tap into this spiritual potential offered by this unique hour. It beckons us to seek God in the quiet of the night, to listen to His voice in the silence, and to experience His presence in a new and profound way. You might be wondering, isn't God omnipresent? Isn't He always with us regardless of the time? That's absolutely true. The belief in God's omnipresence is central to Christian faith. God is indeed with us at all times in every moment of our life. However, the idea behind the 3 a.m. prayer challenge goes beyond this. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge is about setting aside a dedicated time for God, a time when the world is asleep and it's just you and Him. It's about making an intentional effort to seek His face, to hear His voice, and to align ourselves with His divine will. It's much more than waking up in the middle of the night to pray. In essence, the 3 a.m. prayer challenge is not just about waking up in the middle of the night to pray, it's about undertaking a deeper spiritual journey. It's about breaking away from the noise and chaos of daily life to connect with God on a deeper level. It's about opening ourselves to divine encounters and spiritual breakthroughs. As we embark on this spiritual journey, let's not view the 3 a.m. prayer challenge merely as a routine or a task to be completed. Let's see it as an opportunity to engage with God in a unique way, to experience His presence more deeply, and to grow in our spiritual walk. Indeed, the 3 a.m. prayer challenge is more than a routine. It's a spiritual experience. Why 21 days? Is there a significance to this number, you may wonder? Yes, there is. In the world of scriptural interpretation, the number 21 holds a place of prominence. It has been connected with concepts of sin, rebellion, and divine perfection. The number 21 is a symbol of humanity's great wickedness, rebellion, and sin. Nevertheless, there's an unexpected twist. It also stands as a beacon signifying the completion of a waiting period leading to a divine breakthrough. This dual nature of the number 21, its association with sin and rebellion and also divine intervention, is fascinating. Let's delve a bit into the biblical context. Consider the story of the prophet Daniel, a stalwart figure in biblical history. Daniel fasted and prayed fervently for a stretch of 21 days before he was granted a divine revelation. His unyielding perseverance in prayer, despite the long waiting period, unlocked the doors to deep spiritual enlightenment. This is the very core of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge. It's not merely about setting your alarm for an early morning rendezvous with prayer. It's about the sheer grit and persistence. It's about seeking relentlessly, about knocking on the door until it finally opens. The emphasis is on the journey of spiritual quest, the patience of waiting, and the reward of divine insight. Now it's time to view the number 21 from a different angle, a psychological one. The number 21 is frequently cited in self-help books and motivational discourses. Why, you might ask? The explanation lies in the belief that forming a new habit takes roughly 21 days. Just imagine in just 3 weeks you could swap an old, unproductive habit with a new beneficial one. Envision replacing the morning routine of mindlessly scrolling through social media feeds with seeking divine wisdom and guidance. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge is not only a spiritual exercise, but a potent tool for personal transformation. During these 21 days, you'll be rebelling against your old self, the one that often gave into distractions and procrastinations. You'll be striving for divinity, seeking a spiritual breakthrough. Concurrently, you will be forming a new habit, a practice that will draw you nearer to your Creator, a habit that will enhance your life in unimaginable ways. However, it's important to keep in mind that habit formation isn't a cakewalk. It demands commitment, resolve, and tenacity. There will be days when your bed will seem more inviting than your prayer mat. Days when prayer will feel like scaling a steep hill, but I encourage you to persist. Keep seeking, keep knocking, and the door will be opened. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge is much more than a set of rules to follow. It's a voyage, a 21-day voyage that could potentially reorient your life. But like any journey, it necessitates preparation. You'll need to arm yourself with faith, hope, and love. You need to be ready to face the hurdles that will inevitably come your way. But above all, you need to be prepared for the transformation that awaits you. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge is more than a call to action. It's a call to step out of your comfort zone, to rebel against the mundanity of everyday life, to strive for divine perfection. It's an invitation to embark on a journey that not only enriches your spiritual life, but could also lead to the formation of a life-changing habit. Embarking on this 21-day journey doesn't just mean marking off dates on a calendar. Instead, it's a process of marking milestones on a path leading to spiritual growth and personal transformation. Remember, this is not just a challenge of endurance, but a journey of spiritual evolution and personal growth. It's about the determination to seek divine wisdom, the courage to confront your old habits, and the conviction to form new ones. But most importantly, it's about the willingness to embrace the transformation that will inevitably unfold over these 21 days. This is the essence of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge. It's not just about religious devotion, or it's about a profound journey of self-discovery and personal growth. It's about the daring to step outside your comfort zone and the determination to pursue spiritual enlightenment. It is at its core a journey that could potentially change your life. Every morning when you rise to pray, you are making a conscious decision to seek a deeper connection with the divine. You are choosing to challenge yourself, to break out of your routine, to strive for spiritual growth and personal transformation. And in doing so, you are embarking on a journey that promises spiritual enlightenment, personal growth, and a transformative habit. Embarking on this 21-day journey is not only spiritually enriching, but can also lead to forming a life-changing habit. You're not just ticking off dates on a calendar, you're marking milestones on a journey towards spiritual growth and personal transformation. Now that we understand the historical and spiritual context, what are the benefits of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge? This is a question that invites us to delve deeper into the many facets of unique practice. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge, as its name suggests, is not simply a practice or a task to be completed. It is a journey of self-discovery, a spiritual adventure, and a profound way to connect with the divine. Discovering the benefits of the challenge requires not just understanding, but experiencing it. To begin, let's start with the primary aspect, the establishment of a consistent routine of prayer. As we know, prayer is the cornerstone of any spiritual journey. It is the language through which we communicate with the divine, expressing our deepest desires, fears, hopes, and gratitude. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge provides a unique platform to establish this dialogue with the divine in a consistent and profound manner. In the quiet hours of 3 a.m., when the world is still cocooned in the tranquility of the night, you're invited to step into a sacred space of prayer. This consistency, this rhythm of daily prayer becomes not just a spiritual routine, but a lifeline connecting you with God. Yet the challenge goes much further than just setting up a routine. One of the key benefits is the sense of focus it brings. As the night deepens and the world sleeps, distractions fade away. It's a time when the chaos of daily life is in a far-off land, and the serenity of the early morning allows us to concentrate solely on our conversation with God. This absence of distraction allows for a deeper, more meaningful prayer experience. It transforms prayer from a routine to an intimate rendezvous with the divine, an appointment where you are the guest and God is your gracious host. But the 3 a.m. prayer challenge is not just about focus. It is also a catalyst for spiritual growth. As you traverse through the silence of the night, you are invited to confront your thoughts and feelings, raw and unfiltered. This confrontation, albeit difficult at times, can lead to illuminating understanding of your own spirituality. It is during these moments that you may encounter spiritual epiphanies, profound insights that shape your understanding of the divine and your relationship with God. Speaking of connections with God, that's another significant benefit of the challenge. By dedicating this specific time to prayer, you're carving out a special moment each day to interact with God. This can foster a stronger relationship and a sense of familiarity and intimacy with the divine. You're not just praying, you're building a relationship, a divine companionship that keeps you grounded and centered. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from those who have completed the challenge, for it's their personal experiences that truly elucidate the profound impact of the challenge. One participant shared, "The 3 a.m. prayer challenge transformed my life. It gave me a sense of peace and clarity I hadn't experienced before. It was as if I was given a new lens through which I saw myself and my relationship with God." Another participant echoed this sentiment, saying, "I was initially skeptical. Waking up at 3 a.m. seemed daunting, but as I started the challenge, I noticed changes. I felt more focused, more at peace. It was as if the early morning hours brought me closer to God and helped me understand my faith on a deeper level." The testimonials from numerous participants have shown time and time again that the benefits of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge are manifold. It's not just about waking at an unconventional hour to pray. It's about creating a sacred space in your day where you can connect with God, deepen your understanding of your own spiritual journey, and cultivate inner peace and clarity. It's about embarking on a transformative journey that brings you face to face with the divine. And these benefits aren't confined to your spiritual life. They permeate every aspect of your daily living. The discipline you develop, the peace you cultivate, the spiritual growth you experience, all of these have a profound impact on how you navigate the world. The benefits of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge go beyond our spiritual life, permeating every aspect of our daily living. So, are you ready to experience these benefits? Are you ready to take on the challenge? Feeling inspired to take up the 3 a.m. prayer challenge? Let's dive deep into some hints, tricks, and methods to aid you in this life-changing spiritual endeavor. Firstly, let's talk about the importance of setting a consistent bedtime. It's no secret that humans are creatures of habit, and the body functions at its best when it adheres to a regular sleep cycle. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule will make it easier for you to wake up refreshed, even during the ungodly hours of the morning. For an adult, experts often recommend a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. This might mean that you have to adjust your current schedule and head to bed earlier than you're accustomed to, but the rewards you will reap from this discipline are certainly worth the effort. The key is to your spiritual journey over other fleeting nocturnal activities. Consistent sleep is the foundation of your wakefulness at 3 in the morning and will ensure that your prayer time is a period of deep communion rather than a struggle against fatigue. Next, let's discuss the environment for your prayer. Creating a serene, dedicated prayer space can greatly enhance your concentration and spiritual connection. This area could be a tranquil corner in your home, a special chair that you're comfortable in, or even a dedicated room if you have the space. It's essential to this space a sanctuary, a haven where you can connect deeply with God. Fill this space with items that inspire you and uplift you spiritually. This could be a cross that symbolizes your faith, a Bible that is your guide, or a candle that brightens your path. The key is to create an environment that aids in focusing your mind, calming your heart, and connecting you with God on a deeper level. Keeping a prayer journal is another extremely helpful practice. This personal sacred book can serve as a repository for your thoughts, reflections, and even questions that arise during your prayer time. It'd be an open dialogue with God, where you pour out your heart and listen for His answers. Not only does this help you process your thoughts, but it's also a tangible way to track your spiritual journey. As you write down your experiences, you will start to see patterns, learn lessons, and experience breakthroughs. Over the course of the 21 days, you might be surprised at the depth of insight you gain when you put pen to paper. Now, moving on to the matter of consistency, the 3 a.m. prayer challenge is just that, a challenge. Waking up at 3 in the morning won't always be a cakewalk. But remember, consistency is the key to any discipline. It is just like working out a muscle, it gets stronger over time. So try not to skip a day, even if you're feeling worn out or unmotivated. Each day you show up for this challenge, you're building a spiritual discipline and strengthening your spiritual muscles. Another potent technique to help you succeed in this challenge is to have a prayer partner or join a prayer group. This could be a friend, a family member, or a group of like-minded individuals who are also on this spiritual path. Having a prayer partner or group can provide not only spiritual camaraderie, but also a sense of accountability. Knowing that others are on this journey with you can be a significant source of encouragement. It's also crucial to be patient with yourself. It's normal to have days where you find it difficult to focus or feel like you're not getting enough out of your prayer time. The beauty of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge is that it's not about achieving perfection prayer. It's about showing up, being fully present, and opening yourself up to God's presence. Lastly, while you're giving so much attention to your spiritual health, don't forget to take care of your physical health during this challenge. Eating a balanced diet, staying well hydrated, and engaging in regular physical activity will improve both your mental clarity and physical stamina. Your physical well-being is closely tied to your spiritual well-being, so it's essential to maintain a balance in all aspects of your life. Remember, the aim of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge is not just to wake up early, but to experience a deeper connection with God. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge isn't just about setting your alarms to ring in the early hours of the day. It is so much more than a simple wake-up call. It's a gateway to a more intimate relationship with God. It's an opportunity to step into a realm of spiritual communion, a space that is often left unexplored in our day-to-day lives. As we wrap up this explorative journey, I'd like to invite you to pause for a moment. Let's take a deep breath and reflect on the unique importance and spiritual implications of this challenge. We've embarked on a comprehensive exploration of the historical context of the 3 a.m. prayer challenge, understanding its roots. We've delved into the ancient scriptures, traversing the pages of sacred text to reveal the profound significance of this particular hour. It's not just a random hour selected, but a divinely appointed time, a moment when the heavens are said to open, allowing our prayers to ascend unhindered to the divine. We took a step back to the time when spiritual leaders would rise during these quiet hours, dedicating their hearts and minds to commune with God. We observed a pattern, a tradition that has been passed down generations, a practice that not only challenges our physical capacities but also our spiritual endurance. We then charted the course of the 21-day journey. 3 weeks of rising in the quiet hours of the morning, dedicating that precious time to commune with the Creator. It's a challenge, yes, but one that promises immense spiritual growth and transformation. A journey that may seem demanding at first, but is ultimately rewarding in ways that transcend our earthly comprehension. We also spent time discussing the myriad benefits of this spiritual practice in detail. Beyond strengthening our relationship with God, the 3 a.m. prayer challenge can bring about a sense of peace, clarity, and purpose in our lives. It provides an opportunity to embrace stillness, to listen to the whispers of our souls, and to encounter God in the silence. It's a time to seek guidance, to find solace, and to truly listen to that divine voice that often gets drowned out in our daily hustle and bustle. It's an opportunity to unplug from the distractions of the world and plug into divine wisdom. We then navigated through the practical ways to successfully complete this challenge. We discussed that it's not about perfection, but persistence. It's about setting a goal and striving towards it day after day, even when it's difficult, even when we stumble. We acknowledged the potential obstacles and shared strategies to overcome them. The 3 a.m. prayer challenge is indeed a journey, a transformative expedition toward a deeper spiritual connection. It's an invitation to experience God in a way that perhaps you've never done before. So are you ready to take up this challenge? Are you prepared to embark on this spiritual journey, to experience a breakthrough that could change your life? It's a decision only you can make, but remember, you're not alone in this. We're a community here and grow together. We're ready to support you, to uplift you, and to walk with you along this journey. You're not just joining a challenge, you're joining a family that prays together, grows together, and remember, where 2 or 3 are gathered in His name, there is in their midst. Before you go, remember to hit the subscribe button to join our community and embark on this spiritual journey together. May God guide you in this endeavor, and may His peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Amen.